Ladies and gentlemen, Mileena's going to read about Madonna's life, darling. This is in Wikipedia. This is about her career, okay? So I read the other two parts of her career in the other videos. Now I'm going to read the last one part up to 1991, okay? This is her career, okay? So 1986 to 1991. True Blue, Who's That Girl, Like a Prayer, and Dick Tracy, darling. Doo -doo 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 -doo. Okay, and in June 1986, Madonna released her third studio album, True Blue, which was inspired by dedicated to her husband's pen. Rolling Stone was impressed with the effort, writing that the album sounded as if it came from her heart. 5 singles were released: Live to Tell, Hope I Don't Preach, True Blue, Open Your Heart, and Like Bonita, all of which reached #1 in the US or the UK. The album topped the charts in 28 countries worldwide, an unprecedented achievement at the time. It remains Madonna's best-selling studio album with sales of 25 million copies. True Blue was featured in 1992 edition of Guinness Book of World Records as the best-selling album by a woman of all time. Madonna starred in the critically planned film Shanghai Express in 1986, for which she received her first Golden Raspberry Award for Worst Actress. She made a theatrical debut in production of David Rabe's Goose and Tom Tom. The film and play both co-starred Penn. The next year, Madonna was featured in the film Who's That Girl? She contributed 4 songs to the soundtrack, including the title track Causing a Commotion. Madonna embarked on the Who's That Girl tour in June 1987, which continued until September. It broke several attendance records, including over 130,000 people in a show near Paris, which was then a record for the highest attended female concert of all time. Later that year, she released a remix of past hit, You Can Dance, which reached #14 on the Billboard 200. Another initially filing for an annulment in December 1987. Madonna filed for divorce from Sean Penn in January 1988, citing irreconcilable differences, which is awful, darlings. Alright, so in January 1989, Madonna signed an endorsement deal with soft drink manufacturer Pepsi. In one Pepsi commercial, she debuted Like a Prayer, the lead single and title track from her 4th studio album. The music video featured Catholic symbols such as the stigmata and cross burning, and a dream of making love to a saint, leading the Vatican to condemn the video. Religious groups sought to ban the commercial and boycott Pepsi products. Pepsi revoked the commercial and canceled her sponsorship contract. Like a Prayer topped the charts in many countries, becoming her 7th #1 of the Hot 100. Give me 1 second, guys. Madonna co-wrote and co-produced Like a Prayer with Patrick Leonard, Stephen Bray, and Prince. Music critic J.D. Kunstlein from Rolling Stone praised it as close as art pop music gets. Proof not only that Madonna should be taken seriously as an artist, but that hers is one of the most compelling voices of the 80s. Like a Prayer peaked at #1 on the Billboard 200 and sold 150 million copies worldwide, which is good. Other successful singles for the album were Express Yourself and Cherish. Both peaked at #2 in the US, as well as the UK Top 5 Dear Jessie and the US Top 10 Keep It Together. By the end of the 1980s, Madonna was named as an Artist of the Decade by MTV Billboard and Musician Magazine. Madonna starred as Breathless Mahoney in the film Dick Tracy, and Warren Beatty playing the title role. The film went to #1 on the US box office for 2 weeks, and Madonna received a Saturn Award nomination for Best Actress. To accompany the film, she released the soundtrack album I'm Breathless, which included songs inspired by the film's 1930s setting. It also featured the US #1 song Vogue, and sooner or later, while shooting the film, Madonna began a relationship with Beatty, which resolved shortly after the premiere. In April 1990, Madonna began her Blonde Ambition World Tour, which was then held until August. Rolling Stone called it an elaborately choreographed, SEXUALLY, provocative extravaganza, and proclaimed the best tour of 1990. The tour generated strong negative reaction from religious groups for her performance of Like a Virgin, during which 2 male dancers caressed her body before I can't say it on here. In response, Madonna said the tour in no way hurts anybody's sentiments, which are open-minded and gets them to see sexuality in a different way, their own and others. The live recording of the tour won Madonna her first Grammy Award in the category of Best Long-Form Music Video. The Immaculate Collection, Madonna's first greatest hit compilation, was released in November 1990. It includes 2 new songs, Just For My Love and Rescue Me. The album was certified Diamonds by RIAA and sold over 31 million copies worldwide, becoming the best-selling compilation album by a solo artist in history. Just For My Love reached #1 in the US, becoming her #1. Her then boyfriend, model Tony Ward, co-starred in the music video, which featured scenes of, I can't read this, The video was deemed too, you know what, for MTV, and was banned by the network. Her first documentary film, Truth or Dare, known as In Bed with Madonna film. Outside North America, was released in May 1991. Chronicling her Blonde Ambition World Tour, it became the highest grossing documentary of all time, surpassed 11 years by Michael Moore's Bowling for Columbine. Alright, so now guys, I'm going to read 1992 to 1997 Maverick, erotica, sex, bedtime stories, Evita, and motherhood in the next video. Totally enjoy. Bye now.